Guys, congratulations. You have BAFTAs, and very, very well earned. And congratulations on your coverage of the Rohingya crisis, because, again, you know, not an easy thing to approach. I mean, what was your first thoughts about how to get this across to people who would be unaware otherwise? How did you first approach it?
This was a phenomenally difficult story to cover because there were a lot of people. It went on for a long time. So Ashish and his cameraman were there right from the start, covering the huge exodus of refugees. But our team decided we needed to try and find these. We'd heard reports of trapped people on a beach, and we were told it was impossible to get to the people. But Neville managed to track down a boatman. We managed to get on a boat, and when we got there, we could not believe how many people were there. I mean, I thought maybe a couple of dozen. There were literally thousands, and they were in a pitiful, pitiful state. You know, some of them skeletal. Some babies had just been born the day before. There were, well, at least half a dozen babies who'd been born on that beach.
Right.
And they'd been basically left there to die. And all of us felt really committed to this story, as did our newsroom. And we felt, you know, that we had to highlight and show what was basically going on in Myanmar, what the UN called a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. And it was basically producing the evidence which would nail the lie that the Myanmar authorities were perpetuating, which was that this wasn't going on, because it was. And we got first-hand evidence of that. And that basically was our priority. And now, this is still going on now. All the people that Ashish reported on, all those tens of thousands of people who are now just being dumped in Bangladesh or fled to Bangladesh because they were worried about dying. They had to go. They're still there. That's the size of a British town that are camped on the edge of Bangladesh, neither in one country or the other, living in pitiful conditions now. And we feel very strongly that the international community needs to know about this.
And with that need, I mean, how important was it for you to tell the story sensitively without sensationalising it? Because these are brutal things that people are seeing. So how did you approach the filming of it and just approaching, you know, people caught in the crisis?
It wasn't a difficult story to tell. We had to point our cameras. We had to show first of all, the exodus coming across the border, and then just stop and listen to what these people had to say. And then it became so apparent so quickly that we were witnessing this genocide taking place across the border, which Alex's team managed to get across and show the world. But the people who were coming to us, you just had to stop and listen to what they had to say. And each person after person after person, we're talking hundreds of thousands of people telling you they've been raped, their families have been killed, that soldiers have set fire to their villages, they have burns on their feet, they're carrying dead babies in their arms. It wasn't a difficult story to tell. It wasn't. We just had to stand there, point our cameras, put our microphones in front of these people and say, look, the world wants to know what you have to say, what happened to you, and that's all we had to do. So it was a very simple story to tell, but it was difficult in terms of listening to the testimony of not just one person, thousands of people telling the same story over and over and over again.
I think the difficult point was getting first-hand evidence inside Myanmar, which is what we managed to do, and are still the only people who have managed to do it, because the Myanmar authorities have such a crackdown against media, against even the politicians, against the UN, against a proper investigation into what's actually happening in Myanmar. So that was crucial, because they were just denying it was happening. And just hearing some of the sounds of what was going on when we were on that beach, absolutely. I mean, that struck you quite a lot, didn't it?
It's just, you know, the din of people wailing all the time while we were there. That just shows that the desperation, and they were waiting to die on that beach, and no one was coming to take them away. Now that the international community, we're still struck by the international community's commitment to try and take these people out is not there. They are not doing enough to take them out. Maybe, you know, when people start talking about it, and awards like this are dedicated to the crisis, there might be an iota of a chance where something might be done for them, and they are unheard.
And you have to understand the risks that not only Alex's team took, but there are 2 journalists who have been imprisoned, Walone and Kwaso, who uncovered these atrocities, these mass graves, and they face lengthy prison sentences. They're going through the court process in Myanmar right now.
Just for speaking the truth.
For doing their job as journalists, for uncovering these atrocities, for having proof and evidence which they've been showing to the rest of the world, and they face being separated from their families for a very long time for just speaking the truth as journalists. So it's an incredible risk to operate as a journalist inside Myanmar, and Alex's team have done that. And there are Myanmar journalists who do that every single day, and the international community has to take notice of what's going on and apply pressure to the Myanmar authorities.
Well, I mean, this award, I guess, in many ways is bittersweet, but if anything, I hope it just shines a light further on the cause. I know you guys are going to be committed to reporting on it for as long as it hopefully doesn't continue, but I know your eyes are going to be firmly on it. And yeah, again, congratulations for this win. And let's keep it.
You're going to have to say something. we can't all talk and you don't say anything. Technically, it was very difficult for a cameraman because he was the person who got those haunting pictures.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite a unique challenge for us. Basically, you know, it was a boat journey. It was filmed in complete pitch black. You know, it wasn't an easy. It wasn't an easy kind of assignment. Very, very unique. But you know, like she said, I mean, the pictures spoke for themselves. You know, the people, the sound, the wailing, the crying. It was just a plea for help. It's basically what from the moment we stepped on the beach till we got off, it was just, you know, everybody wanted to just get off there and move on. You know.
Well, it just shows again that, you know, this work you're doing it's vital. It really is a matter of life or death for some people. So again, although very bittersweet, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
And I just hope this
so
continues
chuffed.
to, you know, shine a light on the Rohingya crisis, and our thoughts continue with them. And
thank you.
All the best for your future work. Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you. Congratulations.